And then we also prepared for multiple outcomes in his plan, the good and the bad scenarios. Now, the second mistake Dan wasn't preparing for was a change in lifestyle. And what I mean by that is as a business owner, he was able to deduct a lot of his lifestyle, right? And it's very different than being a non-business owner. For instance, it's related to cars, related to dining or to travel even, and many other things. Now, once he was done, he wasn't doing that anymore, and he didn't think about how expenses might change. Now, he wasn't worried about running out of money, so he felt like he didn't have to create a draft retirement income plan. But the only problem with that is, or what often happens when someone isn't clear on income and expenses and what is going to be used for what purpose after the sale, they might end up allocating their cash to investments that don't really support their income plan at all. Or maybe they're doing the opposite objective of what they need. Much of the time we've seen allocation after a business sale to be a lot in cash or in ultra conservative and stay that way for quite a long time because of there's many different reasons for it, but that's a trend that we see. But the nice thing about getting clear on your income withdrawal plan is that it just tells you exactly how you should be invested or could be invested to achieve those goals. And then you can adjust it after that. But that's step one, what I'd recommend. Again, related to that control of the outcome, we're often lowering the risk and the potential range of outcomes to just make things more predictable. Now, the third mistake for Dan was investment related, and that's after the sale, he had a bunch of cash in the bank, and then all of a sudden, all these attractive investments started coming his way, and his friends and acquaintances had all these different ideas. So that's just something to be ready for. Many seem like great opportunities too, and they might be, but the tip here from other business owners who have done it is to just wait and don't yet get into any of these maybe private deals or things like that just yet. Some people get into a bunch of random different investments because they've got the time and the cash to study it. But first, create a plan that works, and then that plan can guide you on how to invest and what percentage allocation of net worth should be for those potential great deals, or you know what I mean. They should be how much you should have in maybe private equity or real estate deals or things like that. So the plan and the planner, they act like a guide to keep you on track, right? Just keep you towards that desired future that you identified. And that's how we view Streamline Financial, right? We're the guides that walk this path hundreds of times before with other people. And we could do it with people who ask us and need the help. But it's also important not to forget how you're wired and how that doesn't change after the sale. Because one of the traits that made you successful business owner, or many business owners, is that that propensity for risk, their ability to take risk, right? That led to a lot of the success. And because of this, people after the sale often get involved in highly speculative investments with high risk reward. So it's, again, something to explore, but just don't rush into it, is what other people, what their opinion is, the other business owners I know.